Assalamualaikum and good day to all. Before we start, let me introduce you myself. My name is Nur Azlina. I'm a lecturer of medical physiology in UNIZA. Together with me here in making up this project is my colleague, Nur Azwin Suleiman. And without further ado, looking at the title, Reciprocal Learning Pedagogy, Incorporating Self-Assessment, Completing IR 4.0 in Education during Pandemic COVID-19. So I hope from the title itself, you have an idea what it is about. So when we said about the pandemic, everything comes to our mind. As an educator, what do we face during this pandemic is to make sure that education still need to carry on. Yes, indeed, I bet that everybody in education streams try to adapt with the situations. Teaching and learning should be run smoothly, but in a virtual way. But do we know how much information does the learner get? And as a teacher, what is he still lacking? Does the idea come to our mind? And we make up this project as it appears to completing the gap that we found. Without further ado, let's talk in details what this project is all about. So first and foremost, let's move to the introductions and what do we have in the current practice. By looking at this bottom left picture, we do have an idea what it's going to say. So this is actually happening before the COVID-19 landings on the globe. So the students and teachers are facing each other in real time. From here, we can see that student readiness to learn even if only half of the students showing their interest in learning. We as a lecturer also have a full capabilities to deliver the content as we can see the student expression as if they understand or not. But when the pandemic took the world by surprise, we thought that this would be a great opportunity for us to transform into something new in education by using an internet to support the education system and to reach people. Some people think it is such a burden as they are not ready to change, but some feelings glad as it would consider as a stepping stone to use the advancements of the technology in education as to support the educational policies. Though everybody up till today adapt with the online teaching and learning, there is something is lacking, and I believe comparing online or virtual lecture to previous conventional face-to-face teaching, I prefer the previous face-to-face method. Why do I say so? This is because during the online class, even the lecturer can count the number of the attendees. By looking at the attendee list, we still have a difficulty to ensure that the students really listening to our lecture because we barely can see their face for the sake to save the internet data for the other usage. So either the way we deliver the content is okay or not, either it is the most effective and practical way in conducting the practical sessions, we do not know. So in online teaching, it's hard for us to measure or to see the students' initiative to learn, even though we did encourage the students to empower their self-centered learning. So how can we measure the students' initiative to learn? Is it hard, right? In current practice also, I can count how many students asking questions during online class. It's hard for us to know the students' performance until the end of the course. So after the exam, then only we do know how much the students can cater through their results. So, but I bet it is too late. As a teacher who has been given a really big opportunity to guide learning process, how much can we give? So how much can we help in this context the students and ourselves to ensure that the teaching and learning process using the technology runs smoothly and able to give a greater impact comparing to the former practice. Now let's move on to the project descriptions and objective. Nowadays, it's what we have experienced. We have various online platforms that we can use to aid the online learning process. For example, like we have Google Classroom, YouTube, WhatsApp, Moodles, Quizlet, Google Drive, Kahoot, and so many more. It is good, but when it comes to many, students might miss out some of the information given. By looking at these weaknesses, we try to find out solutions. So our objective is to cater all the informations, even in different applications, and effectively use the platform provided to us. Good, since there are so many comes with free version, which I bet it is enough for us to use actually, but make it seen in only one click or one touch or one scan. So how does this project useful for us? The landscape for e-learning in Malaysia is positive due to the improvement in technology, increasing the number of smartphone users and surging in internet connection. What do we need to make an e-learning be more efficient and effective is to provide the content for the students in one go, and not only for the students' benefit, but provides an information for the teacher to assess the initiative of the students to learn. As what everybody know, instead of just the students, as a teacher, we also have an equal access to the internet connection. Plus, there are a lots of platforms, either free or paid, provided by the software expert in accordance to help us in teaching and learning. What left is just for us to create a content and interactive content and to help them. This platform not only a place or a static bank that pull all the lecture notes and etc., but we can actually integrate the videos, the AR, interactive assessment and many more. And we as a content creator, we can pull whatever content that is necessary to enhance the learning process. The benefit of this innovation is it provides an integration of an e-learning platform in one go. It merges all various platforms in one serve, and it is fully interactive with extra digital content. It is very convenient with only a simple steps, just with one scan, and the content can be updated time by time. Instead of that, it is also served as a learning tool via self and peers directed learning. So why self-directed learning? It is because we did provide a simple tool by which the student just need to scan and see what has been provided to them. We provide a boat and a pedal so that they can use the pedal to get themselves to the required destinations. We create a clear map for them to sail through, and at the end of the lesson, the student will be able to assess their own capability by doing self-assessment. During our previous feedback session, students said that they lack of motivation to study as peer pressure is not there. So they cannot see how does the other study as what they used before. So we create a content that will help them to engage to the learning process. These innovations also provide a unique opportunity to assess student learning. So once the student completing their formative assessment, we can get the database. From the database, we do know how much the students perform, and we can do self-assessment to our teaching process, and we can improve it time by time. This platform also enhances student knowledge via leisure learning environment, fun, and interactive learning experience. So what is the value added for this project? In this platform, we integrate multimedia learning content. During online learning, it is very hard for us to conduct a practical session, especially for medical courses. So, what we need to do in order to help the students to catch up with their practical skill is to provide a clear practical video conducted by a lecturer or grab somewhere else from the online resources, for example, then integrate together as part of the content. It's not only useful for virtual learning, it also can be used in the future as a reference before the students entering the practical sessions. We can paste the code in a student practical manual, and then they can have a look before they run the practical session. This will make the lesson run smooth, as they will have an idea what they need to do during the practical session. By using this, we can thus omit the real demonstration sessions, as we know that during the real demonstrations, those who sit in front can easily see what is going on, but those who sit behind will miss out some of the information. By using this concept, as they miss out some real demonstrations, but they can still rewind the video and refer back later on. This can be considered as part of the independent learning also. As for commercialization potentials, we can create a dynamic content which is taught in the cloud. As everybody has an equal access to the platform, so how can we commercialize it? Yes, we still can. We can create a content and commercialize the content. The content is actually very unique, dynamic, and it much more valuable in this case. The content also can be copyrighted. Let's move on to the video demonstrations. And how does these innovations look like? What we do is we create a content in the cloud. You don't have to worry what kind of software that you are familiar with. You can use any kind of it that you like. Then create a specific code that will navigate to a stage that will provide all of the information that is specific to a certain subject. On behalf of the students or the user, what left for them is just to download the Zepa scanner apps and then scan the code which has been provided, that has been created by the content creator, and then provide it to the students, and they will get access to all of the information in only one scan. They no longer need to open each applications one by one manually. So let's use this poster or Zapper code as an example. First and foremost, students need to download the Zepar apps. Once they are ready, they can tap these apps open, and then they can go to the code given to them and start scanning. And now the content which we prepare in the cloud start appearing and floating on their mobile screen. Right now, they can move away their mobile phone from the code and enjoy viewing the content. They can turn and rotate their screen for a better view. Once they are ready to navigate, they can choose any button that appears on top of their screen. Just click on that button and it will navigate to the content. For example, this is the content for the pre-entry quiz button. Once students click on it, it will link to the Google quiz. Student will answer it and all the information or database can be accessed by the content creator. Student also can get direct feedback from their assessment. Right now, if the students wants to get a copy or access to the lecture notes, they can just click on the lecture notes button and then it will bring them to the Google Drive that pull all the lecture notes. All the contents can be shared via Google Drive. So they can just choose whatever content that they like and they can download. All the content can be accessed in just one scan at the beginning. Once they're done, they can just press the home button. Instead of just put a copy of PowerPoint slide or a PDF file, we can also provide a multimedia content. By clicking at the describe button, it will bring students to the videos which has been stored in YouTube, for example, in this content. This is the examples of the correct cough sounds of the heart during blood pressure measurement, which is very hard to explain during practical sessions. So by having this content integrated together, it will help the students to get a clear picture of it. What I can say, it is not only useful for online teaching, but it is also useful during face-to-face practical session.
Hey everyone, it's Sarah with registerednursern.com, and today I'm going to go over with you how to take a blood pressure manually. And we're going to just
This animation illustrates a single cardiac cycle, starting with the right side of the heart. In reality, of course, the two sides of the heart work together at the same time, but it is easier to understand if we look at them separately, because each side of the heart has a different function. The cardiac cycle begins as deoxygenated
This is the brief review of the project. So there are a lot more can be inserted in this platform. It is not only what has been shown by me, we can also make an augmented reality content using these applications. The key here is just one scan at a specific code which has been created by the content creator and user can enjoy massive information provided. By using this, the content can be easily organized and shared among the others. We can also update the content time by time. I think that marks the end of my presentations today. Hope you all enjoy and appreciate what technology has served us. Thank you very much for your attention. Till meet you again next time.